grilling this cup match with certified Angus beef bone-in ribeye steaks. Only $16.99 per pound. Whole seedless red ripe watermelons, just $12.99 each. Hellman's mayonnaise, only $5.49 for a 30-ounce jar. Hunt's barbecue sauce, just $2.09 for an 18-ounce bottle. Sargento shredded cheese, only $3.89 for a 7-ounce package. Shelley Bay, Heron Bay, Modern Mart, and Price Right Warwick stores will be open both days of cup match from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us. Topping our news, what's in your passport? That question being asked this evening by a Bermudian grandmother who says she doesn't know what else to do after her Bermudian grandson was blocked from a return flight home over what is contained in his Bermuda passport. Charlene Rayner contacted Bermuda Broadcasting News to get her story out in the hopes that someone can help her in her dilemma. As we hear from Tarai Trott, the problem surrounds the newer Bermuda passports issued from the UK.
Please get in contact with me.
Meet Charlene Rayner. She says her 11-year-old Bermudian grandson, who lives with his Bermudian mother in the UK, has been stuck out there for 5 days due to what is written in his so-called Bermuda passport, and she's at her wit's end. Ms. Rayner told Bermuda Broadcasting News her daughter decided it would be more convenient to apply for renewal of her grandson's Bermuda passport from the UK to allow him to fly back to the island during his summer break. But when her grandson, escorted by his elderly great-grandmother, went to Birmingham Airport to fly home via the United States, things did not go as planned.
They looked at the passports, my grandson's passport, my mother's passport, and then all of a sudden they were not putting him through. They said that he needed an ESTA. My daughter insisted to them that he didn't need an ESTA because this was a Bermudan passport.
But when her daughter requested to speak to an airline supervisor, she discovered that her pleas fell on deaf ears.
The supervisor came and said, no, the agent is right, they need an ESTA.
Ultimately, airline personnel refused to allow him to board. The Bermuda government has been pleading with the United Kingdom government for 2 years to allow the island to print passports in its name after scores of Bermudians complained they were prevented from boarding U.S.-bound flights due to the newer UK-printed passports containing the country code GBR, which prompts airline officials to demand a visa or an ESTA. Complicating matters in the case of Ms. Rayner is that her grandson's passport, which was applied for in England, doesn't have the words Government of Bermuda on the front cover as do the passports issued when a Bermudian applies through the Department of Immigration. The passport issued to Ms. Rayner's grandson is almost identical to the United Kingdom European passport, except for the photo page which lists British Overseas Territories as the nationality, in addition to the problematic GBR country code.
It doesn't look like they say it needs to have Government of Bermuda on the front of it. This is not a Bermuda passport. He needs an ESTA. Or you can get a visa.
Ms. Rayner insists allowing her grandson to fly home on a direct flight via London Gatwick is not an option, as it would require her elderly mother to travel for 4 hours through a complicated route to reach London. And efforts to get officials here in Bermuda to provide a solution was equally disappointing.
Not good.
That hasn't gone good, and I'm quite disappointed.
She believes the problem with her grandson's passport should alarm all Bermudians. Meantime, contacted about this story, a spokesperson for Government House said they are aware of this case, and the deputy governor had a meeting with Ms. Rayner yesterday. They state, "We understand her frustration at the situation and concern she has for her family." The statement continues, "From the information available to us, it appears that the airline agent was wrong to say that a visa or U.S. ESTA was required. We are keenly aware of concerns over the passport issue and continue to work with the governments of Bermuda and the UK to seek a long-term solution." Tarai Trott reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks, Tarai. And Ms. Rayner says she is pursuing legal actions over the distress caused. In other news, there are no plans by government to nationalize Belco. Let's make that clear. That assurance coming from Walter Raban, the minister responsible for regulatory affairs. Mr. Raban speaking following suggestions that government may have desires on the power company following the tabling of the Electricity Amendment Bill 2019, which gives him the opportunity to review any approval given by the regulatory authority for the sale of Belco Mexico, not to mention Deputy Speaker Derek Burgess touting nationalism of the utility being in the country's best interest. While such a move is not currently an option, actions on the part of the parent company Ascendant might perhaps justify it.
As it relates to the question about nationalization, I would suggest to you, Mr. Moran, this has less to do with the government and more to do with the conduct of Belco over recent years in its treatment of its workers and its commitment as a company historically to perhaps moving forward with more cleaner energy sources. And just despite the fact that it has had a historical record of treating Bermudians well from the standpoint of training and development, we know that in the last year and a half, that record hasn't been what's been evident. We've seen leadership dismissed. We've seen workers disrupted in their own understanding of their future. And we've seen the lights nearly get turned out because of some bad decisions by the leadership of the company. I would suggest to you that that's more not the government's position, that nationalization might be a good idea, is to put Belco in a position where the public interest is respected widely rather than just the corporate interests or shareholder interests, and not worker interests and the public interests. I think that's the source of that suggestion by some people.
Shareholders are set to vote on whether or not to accept the $36 per share offer from prospective new owner Algonquin Power and Utilities at a special general meeting on Friday, August 9th. Any such sale will also be contingent upon the publication of the long-awaited Integrated Resource Plan by the regulatory authority. That plan, we understand, will be made public in the near future. Coming up, we talk summer heat and the latest weather forecast. Stay with us.
I was the poster child of health. I exercised, I ate fruits and vegetables, and went to bed early. I was convinced that I was throwing away my money paying health insurance every month. Then I had a bike accident and things changed. Thankfully, everything was covered by my insurance. I was one of the lucky ones. Some of my boys don't even have insurance.
Imagine a Bermuda where every person has access to the care they need when they need it most. A message from the Ministry of Health.
Unity Fest is slated to be the biggest concert of the summer with headliner Bougie Bonton, and it got a whole lot better with the local lineup being announced. So on August 17th at National Sports Center, you're going to see Bougie Bonton, Rainy Wonder, Agent Sasko, aka Assassin, and Massacre are expected to be on stage along with local artists Jesse Seymour, Kadanja, Live Wires, all backed by the Wall Street Band. And there's a whole DJ lineup for the night, including the mighty Stone Love out of Jamaica. There's also local DJs, DJ Chubb, DJ iBreeze, Juggling Jason, Black Star, Blacker Knights, Tony Cross, Ryan Saeed. And Unity Fest is hosted by Jabba and Young Chow of New York's Hot 97. There are limited tickets left, so make sure you buy them at www.unityfestivalbda.com. But if you want to buy them locally, you can get them at People's Pharmacy, Choices, and Summer Supermart in St. George's.
Ben Smith has spent countless hours in the water perfecting his sailing. It all started for him at the tender age of 6, and 4 years later, he competed in his first sailing regatta. He went on to win his first local event in 2012, the Bermuda National Optimist Championship. Ben currently holds titles in the Junior Moth Champion and Laser National Champion events. In addition to his many achievements, Ben is a member of the College of Charleston sailing team. He'll be representing Bermuda at the Pan Am Games 2019 and will subsequently concentrate on qualifying for the Olympic Summer Games in Tokyo.
Welcome back. It's no small secret this summer so far has been humid and on average much warmer. However, we're experiencing just about 3 degrees shy of the highest temperature recorded for this time of year, according to the Bermuda Weather Service. Jasmine Patterson spoke with Director James Dodgson today.
Summer. Heat. Go figure. But this month's sweltering conditions and muggy humidity has raised a few eyebrows. We've seen record heat waves across Europe, Paris could be on track to smash its all-time record high of 104.7 degrees this Thursday, according to its weather service. Here at home, data collected by the Bermuda Weather Service indicates the days are slightly warmer than average.
There is an area of sea, ocean water to the southwest of us that's anomalously warm by a degree or two. And what's happening is that warmer than average sea and the wind blowing over that from the southwest then comes over us and is essentially transferring those warmer temperatures than average into our area. And that's why we're seeing that slight uptick in our temperatures being slightly above average, but consistently above average the last week or so.
Properties, the BLDC, posted signage to advise against unnecessary water use as levels in their reservoir are critically low, evidence of a lack of rainfall. But warm temperatures may continue trending upwards as we enter into peak summer months.
We tend to peak out generally around the mid-August period. We are likely those temperatures coming up a little bit further. I'm not seeing anything to say we're going to be exceptional. The record for Bermuda, I think, is at about 34 Celsius. I'm not seeing any evidence of that at the moment. And in fact, we are expecting some showers, especially later on this week into the weekend, which may actually help to cool conditions down, at least temporarily, in those showers.
And speaking of rainfall, the island has experienced a surplus, having seen heavy rainfall in January and March, taking us to 32 inches of total rain year on year, compared to an average of 30 inches. We're told some water truck delivery services have slowed down considerably. One company reported transporting around 40 loads of water to customers in one day, on average for this time of year, which is now just at 6 loads per day. Business may pick up, though, as these past few weeks have been notably dry.
In the recent few weeks, we have been dry, and that really down to the fact that the Bermuda resource high pressure has been very much in place over the island, and all we've seen is really spotty, isolated showers that many places have missed. So it has been a dry trend of late. Current data for the month is 2.18 inches for July at the airport, but some places across the island will probably have seen more than that, and some will have seen less than that.
It may be wise to monitor your water tank levels. Keep abreast of the latest conditions on the Bermuda Weather Service website, weather.bm. Stay hydrated and cover up from the sun wherever possible. Jasmine Patterson reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks, Jasmine. In other news, how will the growth of Bermuda's crypto finance industry benefit the average resident? Circle, a digital asset firm, will create over 30 jobs in the local economy within 2 years after the Bermuda Monetary Authority granted a full exchange license to the company. Premier David Byrd says the development within this sector is a driving force behind economic growth. But how does that translate financially to the average Bermudian? We posed the question to Premier Byrd at yesterday's press conference.
The first reason why it's important to the average Bermudian is jobs. You're standing next to Dr. Tucker, who's been running our FinTech Business Education initiative, and we've been spending and invested a lot of money in training Bermudians to be ready for the jobs that are coming. So from that perspective, that's the first and most important thing. But from what you heard from my speech and a little bit from what Jeremy has shared, is that the world of finance is changing. And this is not just important for those persons who are running these companies, but it is going to change the entire landscape. So whereas, I can just give an example, where a retired person may want to invest in something that is happening in Bermuda or around the world. Before, you would have to have a $10,000 minimum. Now, with crypto assets, you can invest from small amounts to even $100. It will democratize finance. It will make financial services more accessible when we talk about transferring of money between individuals in Bermuda. Payments, the fact that Circle has certain products and services that charge far less fees than what you'll have with traditional banking services. It's all of these things which we'll see, and we're encouraging that to be deployed not only globally, but of course here in this market. And that's the things that are going to actually start to mean business to the everyday Bermudian. So it's jobs, but it's also the innovations which they will bring. And Jasmine, if there's one thing I will say, I don't think that we've done a good enough job explaining what this actually means to everyday persons and individuals. We haven't. But hopefully when we're able to demonstrate products and services and people can see it for themselves, they will have a better and greater understanding.
And turning to weather news, another very warm, sunny day for our Wednesday. Let's go to AccuWeather headquarters for the latest.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and hopefully you've had a great Tuesday. As we look at what's going on here across the Southwest Atlantic, you can see, well, at least off the East Coast, things are pretty active right now. A lot of rain and thunderstorm activity, and you'll remember probably Jeff talking yesterday about Tropical Depression 3, or at least an area of disturbed weather that we are watching just outside of the Bahamas. Well, it's no longer a tropical depression. It was a very short-lived disturbance there, but you can see that we are going to be dealing with some in-hand showers and thunderstorms well to our west, so that's exactly what we're seeing on the radar for this evening. As far as rain is concerned, you're going to have a few opportunities for that as we head into the next couple of days. We're also going to have some opportunities for plenty of warmth. Temperatures still holding steady into the mid to upper 80s here, so right around 86 degrees over the island. Humidity around 75%. Winds are fairly light right now, and the water temperature pretty warm, sitting at 86 degrees. Now, if you're heading out on the water, we don't have any big concerns out there. No small craft warnings, no advisories or anything of that to speak to for tonight. So we're in A-OK shape there. We have our low tide coming in tonight at 7:50, and then our high tide coming in tomorrow morning just after 2 a.m. As I mentioned, there are going to be some shower opportunities here. Look at tonight's forecast, a low of 79 degrees. Actually, today's daytime high, not too far off of the record from the 90s. Back then, we hit a temperature of 89 degrees, just a little shy of that, but tonight, a brief shower or two. It will be warm and humid, kind of the trend that we've been in over the last couple of days. Tomorrow, a high of 87 degrees. A couple of showers around, a little bit breezy, but it's not going to be a complete washout out there for tomorrow. So if you're here for vacation, you don't need to worry, but there will be just a couple of brief showers out there. Futurecast over the next couple of days showing the more persistent band of rain staying to our west, but we'll still be highlighting for the threat of showers at least into your Wednesday and also into Thursday as well. As we take a look at what's going on in the Caribbean right now, we do have some showers and thunderstorms impacting areas like Jamaica. Temperatures for the most part pretty seasonable for this time of year, mid to upper 80s to right around 90 degrees. And again, tropical development no longer an issue. The next zone that we're watching is out into the Gulf of Mexico, which means that's not going to be any kind of risk factor for us here in Bermuda. A few other destinations as we head into Wednesday. New York City, 83 degrees, nice and comfortable in Boston. Miami, some showers and thunderstorms. And London, a warm day on tap for tomorrow with a high of 86 degrees. Your extended forecast looks worse than it's actually going to be, but yeah, there will be some showers around Wednesday and Thursday. Looks like Friday is going to be another wet day, and then more rain into the weekend.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
And you're watching the Tuesday edition of Bermuda Tonight. A new MOU between the Bermuda College and Mount Allison University will open pathways for credit transfers between the two institutions, enabling students in sciences to earn credentials at both schools. Students who complete the two-year Associate of Science degree at Bermuda College can now be admitted to Mount Allison's Bachelor of Science program in psychology, biology, mathematics, environmental science, or chemistry with third-year standing starting in September 2019. This new partnership will enable Bermuda students to earn both an associate and undergraduate degree in the sciences in just 4 years. And with considerable savings from the 2+2 Pathways partnership, there are currently 15 Bermudian students at Mount Allison, and the university recently celebrated the 150th anniversary of its first Bermudian graduate and international student, Samuel Seward Toddings, who earned his BA in 1866. Well, Earl Bays will have all the latest sports news after the break. Stay tuned.
All right, Inferno, in association with Driven Society, presents Island Soul Fest Night 2. Saturday, July 27th at the National Sports Center, Northfield. It's Little Kim.
You gotta go with Lord.
Jacqueese.
Met her in the club. All the polish showing up.
Hood Celebrity.
Said you are walking trophy. You are walking trophy.
Angela Taylor. Live in Bermuda, Local X, Briggs, and Olivia Hamilton.
I come from Bed-Stuy.
Music by DJ Rusty G, Juggling J, and Twin Star. Early worn by Presidential Elite, and hosted by Bernie Mac. Regular tickets are $75, more at the gate. VIP $150. Gates open at 8 p.m. It's Island Soul Fest, Night 2. Saturday, July 27th at the National Sports Center, Northfield.
Bermuda, what it do? You already know who it is. This is the one and only Jacquees. Catch me at the Island Soul Festival.
If your doctor refers you for a CAT scan, think of Bermuda's leading private CT service, Brown Darrow Clinic, where we pay special attention to privacy, comfort, and parking right outside our door. And our scans are read at the Leahy Hospital, Brown Darrow Clinic. Building trust one patient at a time. 297-3333. Now open evenings and weekends.
You can count on us.
Fresh Express Coleslaw, just $1.99 for a 14-ounce package. For your cut-match grilling, Purdue Fresh Value Pack chicken pies or drumsticks, only $1.99 per pound. Wishbone salad dressing, just $3.49 for a 15-ounce bottle. Kingsford Match Like Charcoal, only $7.99 for a 3.1-pound bag. Blue Ribbon, white hot dog or hamburger rolls, just $3.59 for a 12-ounce package. Have a safe and happy cut-match holiday from the marketplace.
You can count on us.
And turning to sports now, Daly breaks the Bermuda Open women's 200-meter freestyle record during the World Swimming Championships. The Bermuda NACAC Under-13 and Under-15 championship teams have been announced. And Daniel Phillips is set to take the tennis courts later this week for a junior tennis tournament in Spain. Earl Baisden has all the details and so much more in tonight's sports package.
The 18th FINA World Swimming Championships are underway in Korea. Elan Daly was the first Bermuda athlete to take to the pool. She would compete in the women's 200-meter freestyle. Daly finished second in Heat 3 with a time of 2:05.47. Her time breaks her girls' 14 age group record time of 2:10.26. She set back on April 1st, 2018 during the 33rd Carifta Swimming Championships in Jamaica. The 14-year-old's time also broke the Bermuda Open record time of 2:06.70 set by Kira Aiken back on April 1st, 2011 in Spain. After the total of 6 heats were completed, Daly finished 38th overall. Daly was extremely pleased with her performance.
I was happy about my race and my results, and I was happy to break the record. I would have been happier if I could have gone a little faster, and I was hoping to drop a bit more time, but I got a best time and I'm happy with that.
The team portion of the 2019 Caribbean Area Squash Association's Team Squash Tournament continued in Trinidad, with Bermuda's boys and girls teams taking to the courts. The Bermuda girls went down 5-0 to Jamaica, with Abigail Brewer going down in 4 matches. She would go down to Maya Alexa Todd, 12-10, 11-9, 3-11, 11-4. The Bermuda boys fell 4-1 to Barbados. Andrew Cox picked up the only win, 11-5, 11-6, 11-7, over Wilson Dominique. The Bermuda National Athletic Association President, Donna Reyna, announced the Bermuda athletes that will represent the country at the NACAC Age Under 13 and Under 15 Championships that will take place in El Salvador Friday, July 26th and Saturday, July 27th. This competition is similar to a pentathlon and a decathlon, with the athletes gaining points for each event they are in. Representing Bermuda will be in the Under 13 girls division, Elise Dickinson and Kimori Darrow. The Under 15 girls are Laura Golden and Catherine Bean Rosario. The Under 13 boys will see Dalen Scott and Nyan Grant take on the competition. Chance Eve and Malachi Henry are the Under 15 boys who will represent Bermuda. The Bermuda Cricket Board's Premier and First Division 50 Over League took center stage this past weekend alongside the first round of the Eastern County Cup competition. Today we take a look at the top performers with both bat and ball. In the batting department, Rodney Trott from Bayliss Bay was the top scorer with a knock of 119. Dawan Borden from St. David's Cricket Club had the second best knock of the weekend, scoring 79 in the Eastern County match. A knock of 69 off the bat of Terran Frey was the third best for the weekend. In the bowling department, with figures of 10 overs, No maidens, 7 for 23, saw Dion Stubble from the Southampton Rangers have the best figures for the weekend. Seth Campbell from Western Stars had the second best figures of 10 overs, 2 maidens, 7 wickets for 34 runs. And with figures of 6 overs, no maidens, 5 for 33, Detroit Smith from St. George's Cricket Club had the third best figures of the weekend. Nicole Mitchell continued competing in the Intelligentsia International Cycle Cup race in Chicago, which is a series of 10 criteriums over 10 days. Racing continued with the challenging course during the Dennis Jurors Memorial Race. Competing in the Women's Pro 1-2 division, Mitchell finished 24th out of 47 competitors. The Bermuda Olympic Association has ratified the Bermuda team for the upcoming Pan American Games in Lima, which get underway on July 26. 17 athletes will represent Bermuda in 7 sports. In athletics, we'll see Dage Miners and Tyrone Smith. Bowling will see June Dill and Patrice Tucker, Damian Matthews and David Maycock. Caitlin Conyers and Nicole Mitchell will compete in cycling, while Cece and Mikey Woolman, as well as Malcolm Ben Smith, will compete in sailing. Noah Brown, Micah Franklin and Nicholas Kine will compete in squash, while Madeline Moore and Jessie Washington will compete in swimming. Erica Hawley is the lone triathlete. Following racing at the Rubis Southside Motorsports Park in Bermuda Motorcycle Racing Association action, we now take a look at the overall standings thus far this season. Following 3 consecutive wins in the Mini Bike Advanced Division, Sean Simmons holds an 18-point lead over Dante Burgess in the standings. Simmons has 295 points, while Burgess has 277 points. In the scooter class, following 3 wins, Marcus Pimentel was able to close the gap to 35 points. Blair Jones is the current leader in the class with 245 points, while Pimentel now has 210 points. Kenny De Silva currently holds a 58-point lead at the top of the scooter open class. De Silva has 263 points, with second place Ricky Wade now on 205. 5 points separate the top of the scooter 4-stroke class standings, as Aiden Lopes is the leader with 210 points, while Bradley Adams has 205 points. A total of 24 goals were scored in the latest round of the Bermuda inline ball hockey action at the PCC hockey rink last evening. In the opener, the Strathroy Rockets came from 3-0 down after 2 periods to defeat the London Knights 4-3. In the nightcap, the Gloucester Rangers edged the Windsor Spitfires 9-8. I'm Earl Basden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
History was made when Madeline Moore became Bermuda's first athlete to break 26 seconds in the 50 meters free long course. She wants to better that achievement in 2020 and aims to qualify for the Olympics. She has already competed in international events as far afield as Hawaii, the Bahamas, and Argentina, and her talent is backed by bold ambition. She competed multiple times in the Carifta Games from the age of 11, having been introduced to her sport through the Learn to Swim program. Looking ahead, Madeline will combine education and sports as she pursues her bachelor's degree in criminology and criminal justice.
The Marketplace Food Court is you and your family's one-stop shop. Start your day at the Breakfast Bar with omelets made to order and traditional Bermuda codfish breakfast. The chefs will cook lunch and dinner to your liking. Along with the salad bar, sandwich bar, sushi bar, and fruit bar, the Marketplace Food Court is your kitchen away from home. Every day is hassle-free with nutritious meals from the Marketplace Food Court. Visit us 7 days a week. Homemade cooking, quality service, all at prices you can count on.
That's the beautiful rhythm that we've seen from Duffy all season. All smiles from a very proud Bermudian who wins the title, defends her title with maximum points, 5,200, her 6th win of the season.
Newscast, I'm Diane Brewer. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.